We've been having a relaxing morning in the van. Watson approves. And can you blame us? Look at our view out of the window. As you can see, it's pretty grey and cloudy here today. It's raining as well at the moment, but that's meant to clear up. So hopefully it will give us a chance to go and explore Bergen, Norway's former capital city. And we're looking forward to seeing it. So fingers crossed, we'll keep dry and we'll go and see what we can find there. Our night's stay on the edge of the fjord, complete with electricity, it cost us about £12, 150 krona. We arrived at our campsite with failing light the night before, so today, even with leaden skies, it was great to see the fjord in all of its majesty. Yesterday I talked a little bit about the infrastructure and how impressive I found everything in Norway. So it was timely that we had to wait for just 2 or 3 minutes for an escort to guide us safely through another tunnel that was under some kind of construction. We didn't know exactly what was going on, but it was a hive of activity. There were temporary lights down the side, so maybe they were just renewing these. But as you can probably see here, there were plenty of places where there was evidence of expanding it, gouging back into the mountain to extend it. Even though Norway's roads aren't particularly used by vehicles, there are only 5.5 million residents of the country in total. It is worth bearing in mind that most of the infrastructure is used by logistics, big lorries, and you see no shortage of these on our routes, as well as campervans like us, of course. Welcome to Bergen. So whilst Stavanger yesterday was called the capital of oil, this is called the capital of the fjords. And as you can see, here goes another expedition off into the fjords. So Bergen sits between two of Norway's largest fjords. For many years this was the capital of Norway, and it was only in the 1830s when Oslo actually took over as Norway's capital. We're going to go and try and find something to eat. This is a music stand, a bandstand as I guess we'd call it. And again, you just notice how everything's planted, everything's bright, even the buildings here. This one's a shopping centre now, and the one on the other side here is a museum of decorative arts apparently. But it's clearly evolved quite considerably. It feels less planned than Oslo did, where everything sort of fitted together quite nicely and it all felt quite coherent. It does feel a little grubbier and a little more working, but I guess, you know, it's a working fishing port and all the rest of it, so to be expected. Henrik Ibsen. Bit weird. This guy seems to be having more trouble with his brakes than we are, so could be worse. It has been nice to explore. It's a clearly a very busy port, and walking through, there was a fish festival ongoing. I don't know whether that's a permanent thing or whether that was just sort of a short-term thing over the summer perhaps. But you know, you look through and see all of the fish that have come, I guess, 100 meters from the harbour to being sold and eaten there. All the fish that were there were clearly as fresh as you could possibly find. The crabs that they were selling still live were enormous, and they were even advertising whale meat, which is not something I'd ever entertain eating, but clearly is still eaten here. A bit of a culture clash maybe. The centre of Bergen was pretty beautiful as well, actually. That's maybe slightly faded glory, would be how I'd describe it. It actually had a feel of quite a lot of provincial towns and cities in England or Scotland, to be honest. Somewhat faded glory from the peak of its powers, perhaps. Our next stop is Alisund, which is about 9 hours drive north of here. But Harriet's got her food. What have you got,
so
Has?
It looks like a bird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's actually a tea drink. How cool is that?
Fake tea.
It's German apparently. Apparently it's very big in Berlin.
Oh, there you go. And you got a dirty
And
vegan.
I got a garlic chicken burger.
Fake garlic chicken burger.
Yeah. And some chippies, obviously.
Nice. Thoughts on the drink?
Oh. Oh no, that's awful.
What's in?
What's
Ooh, look at that. Look at that ship, Has.
That's cool, isn't it? Viking.
Loke Viking.
I was like, can we still serve food? And he was like, I said, well, no, not really.
These are cool, aren't they? Look at these.
It's a bit steep as hell now.
That tea drink didn't last very long. Aurora Salt Fjord. Feels like a boat name by Philip Pullman. On yesterday's video, I made a comment about the bridges as well. And I said I'd find out how many there are, because it seems like we've driven over about 1,000 of them. Well, it turns out there are almost 17,000 of them. And they take all kinds, you know, tiny little ancient things, wooden things, but also these massive, absolutely enormous and very beautiful, expansive things going over the fjords and the rivers and the lakes. We've just pulled off the E37, which is the main road up to Alisund. I think you'll probably be able to see what inspired me to stop. We knew when we were leaving Bergen that we'd be getting into fjord country. And this is Osterfjord. It's a scene that looks like it was described into existence by Tolkien. Clearly these houses are only accessible by boat. There's no road that connects to this island here. I don't think this is the last time I'm going to stop by the side of the road and just show you one of these extraordinary sights, but hopefully you won't bore of them. I don't think I will. We drove through mist and clouds, along through tunnels and over bridges. We drove high above the valleys and down on their floor by the running water. Everywhere we looked, there was another beautiful view, another amazing vista to take in. Around every corner, something dramatic was revealed. The landscape seemed to energise us, and it was easy to keep driving further and further north. But darkness did come, and we pulled over to find somewhere safe to spend the night. We'll pick this one up in the morning, I think.